Hey, this is Mr. Willis. I'm going to give you a couple tips about researching data sets. Now, if you were looking for a set of data, you're probably doing a project that involves something like spreadsheets, where you need to get a series of numbers that we can put into the spreadsheet or other program in order to do some work with them. So let's look at an example here. Let's say I want to look up the top movies of 2016. So maybe I type in something like best movies of 2016. Now, what I'm going to get there is maybe some lists here from Rolling Stone or Esquire, these other magazines, which they all have maybe some lists of what they think the best movies are, but there's not really any number. It's just some guy saying, I think this is the best, or I think this one's the best. And so stuff like that really isn't very useful. What's going to be more useful is something that would give me an actual number I can work with. So let's maybe look at top grossing movies. Grossing has to do with making the most money. And if I do a search for top grossing, top grossing movies of 2016, you'll see, oh, here I'm getting something that looks like it's going to be much more promising. So I'll click on this link. Now as I roll through this article, I definitely have some numbers I can start working with, because for each movie they've listed. This one made $675 million worldwide. This one made $745 million. This one made $746 million. So that's more of a data set. Now, something else you want to really make sure that you're watching. When you're looking, you don't want to just grab every single number that you see here, right? In this first one, I see like 3 different numbers here. There's $675 million worldwide, $400 million in the United States. It's mentioning actually a different movie down here in the article. So pay attention to your numbers. The key is, if you're going to pick a data set, all the numbers have to basically be related. They have to be going after the same thing. So I could pick the worldwide number for each movie. So I'd pick the one in the dark up here. So 675, 745, 746, 783, and so on. Or I could just go, since they have US, just the money it made in the US, I could go with that one. 400 on this one, 363 on this one, 217 on this one. The key is, I can't just do 400 for this one and 745 for this one, because then you're not comparing, you're comparing the amount of money in the United States versus the amount of money in the entire world. So really look for things like that. And you want to make sure for this, for any kind of set like this, you want something that you can get more than just 1 or 2 numbers. Okay? Let's do another quick example here. Let's look up maybe MLB batting averages. So Major League Baseball batting average. And this actually gets me, there's MLB baseball player batting stats on ESPN. That's probably going to be a good source. And so there you go. So I've got a whole list of guys where I can check out their, it's got their at-bat, runs, hits, all that kind of stuff for each person. Now the key here is I want to make sure if I'm comparing, say, all these different players in the top 10, I want to make sure that I'm actually grabbing the same number. Like, I can't compare the batting average, which is 419.419 for Ryan Zimmerman, with the on-base percentage for Bryce Harper. Sure, Bryce Harper has a higher on-base percentage, but his batting average is not as high as the one up here for Ryan Zimmerman. So you want to make sure you're always comparing the same thing. And I want to make sure I can get several data points in here for it to be a full set. Now let's say I want to just look at maybe Ryan Zimmerman's stats altogether. So I can do some things here where they're going to show like his game log, and so his batting average for the last 5 or 6 games. Something like that could work. I would just want to make sure here that I'm just looking up one guy here, Ryan Zimmerman, and I'd want to write down the dates that each of these batting averages goes with, because these are each of the games and the batting average he had in each game. So that's enough to get you started. Of course, ask Mr. Willis. I am very happy to help you with this, because you really got to be careful when you're looking up data sets here. But hopefully that gives you an idea of what we want to look for. Have fun.